going to talk about the Hamilton place now. It's actually south of the ranch and off to the west just a little bit. It's about 6-7 miles south of the ranch. Again, I don't know a whole lot about them. They had their homestead on the edge of a draw where there was a spring and for the water they used. And he had built a couple of different, a cabin and apparently a couple of outbuildings. A story that Agnes shared with me, or a couple of stories, was that he was kind of a ragtag sort of a person, apparently. She said whenever you seen him, he looked like he just took a handful of clothes and threw them up in the air, and whatever lit on him, that's what he wore for the day, and however they lit on him, that's the way they stayed on him. And another thing that she always said, that he had several head of sheep, and he said the sheep always slept in the cabin with him, especially in the wintertime. And I can only imagine what a horrible smelling place that was, to have several head of sheep in the cabin with you all night, and probably part of the day also, but I guess that's the way he was. And also they said that he used to, a fellow named Dick Burnett used to pack the mail from Medicine Bow, and so he'd go meet him over on the road, and he'd give him a nickel to buy him kerosene. And I don't know at that time how much kerosene that would have bought, but anyway, he'd order a nickel's worth of kerosene. It seemed like almost nothing today, but at the time, I guess that's probably all he had. But and at this place, after we bought it and took it over, why there was a big windbreak there that we kept our sheep in also, and in the winter time we'd keep them in there so the storms didn't get them. And one spring we had sheared our yearling. At that time we had sheep only, and we'd sheared the sheep, and it come a great big snowstorm, and we'd had the yearlings in there that particular night to kind of protect them a little bit. And the storm got so bad that the sheep piled up against the corral and killed several hundred of them. And it took a couple of days for the herder and I to pack all the dead sheep out of that corral. But I'd say there was a spring there also, and so we built. Uncle Mark had a reservoir built there, and it, for whatever reason, isn't a particularly good reservoir. It doesn't hold water very good, but at least there is a reservoir right there by the place and down in the bottom of the draw. So it's since then the corral's pretty much, well, I've pretty much taken the corral down and used it in other places, but I guess that's about all I can think of about him also.